Hello everyone, Ryan here, and today we are here for campaign turn 3 in our 5 Parsecs From Home playthrough. If you're enjoying the series so far, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, because hopefully there will be quite a bit more content like this in the future. And also thank you for watching the previous episodes. Let's go ahead and get right into things. Last time, the crew of the Regal Hedgehog was able to go in and infiltrate a base by hacking the front door, going in, taking out a few of the local soldiers with a specialist in tow, and they were able to take them out and retrieve the data pad that they needed to grab. Everyone got some pretty good experience, except Portia, our resident, not actually a vampire, space vampire. She was actually depressed from not being able to kill anyone in campaign turn 1, so was unable to earn any experience last round. But everyone else got a pretty nice hefty bit of experience for completing the mission, and pretty much everyone, I think, was able to get an upgrade of some kind. Most of them I was able to increase their reaction, so most of my group is now getting reactions on a 2 or better. And I think Caden, yeah, I'm pretty sure Caden, I was able to upgrade his combat skill to give him a little bit of a boost in combat and help actually kill some enemies, because that's something I've been struggling with this whole campaign so far. So let's go ahead and get into turn 3. We're going to go ahead and start with our pre-game stuff. And first thing we're going to do is pay upkeep on our ship, or I'm sorry, pay upkeep for the crew and pay on our ship debt. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with paying the 1 credit for the upkeep, and then 1 more credit on the ship debt, which unfortunately we also earn a credit of interest on the ship debt. So we're not really paying the ship off at the moment, we're just kind of keeping it at the same amount of debt, which we still owe 20 credits on the ship, but I am not in a good position to be paying that down yet. So we only have 16 credits to our name for the whole crew, and yeah, let's continue. Next up on our list is assigning and resolving crew tasks, which I'm gonna say Portia is still upset that she hasn't really been involved in much. She didn't get to earn any experience last time, so Portia is actually gonna go train and get some more experience. So let's go ahead and mark that down real quick. All right, we are going to send Deviant Bit and Alan are going to go looking for a patron. Our captain, Corvin, and Caden are both gonna go trading. They're gonna go see if they can find anything good in the markets. And Holden is gonna go exploring. Let's see what we get for all of them. All right, Portia went exploring. She got her 1 experience. Alan and Deviant Bit are going to go looking for a patron. To find a patron, roll 1d6 and add the number of crew members who are looking, which is 2. If the crew has an old patron among their contacts, each patron adds +1 to the roll. So we're going to be adding 3. After rolling, you may opt to spend credits, and each credit earns a +1 bonus. I actually always forget that last part, which is kind of important, because I could have guaranteed that I got a patron mission last time. If I remembered, I could have spent a couple of credits to boost my score. But we're going to be adding a +3 by default, and we can potentially spend credits. We need to get a 5 or higher in order to find a patron. So let's go ahead and see what we get here. And we got a 5 +3, so we got an 8, which is fantastic. If the result is a 6 or higher, we've actually found 2 patrons, and we may choose either job. If we have an existing patron, the first job offers from them. If 2 jobs are offered, 1 will be a random existing patron, the other will be from a new patron. After generating all job details, you may opt to turn the job down if you end up not liking it. So we are going to be rolling up 2 patron jobs this time, which is fantastic, and we'll be able to choose between them. And again, 1 will be from our existing patron, which, let me double check. I actually wrote down who they are. Synergistic Composites. They're a corporation. So that is our existing patron. They have no benefits or anything. They're just kind of a standard patron for us. Standard corporation stuff that they'll send us on missions sometimes. But yeah, so we'll roll up 1 patron job for them, and we will roll up 1 brand new patron job for a new patron, a completely new patron, And if we complete that job for them within the allotted time period, we can actually add them to our patron list as well. If we don't complete the job in time, they will drop us as clients and we won't have them as a patron any longer. So that's really cool. Let me mark that down. Okay, Corvin and Caden are going to go out and trade. All right, so we will, for trading, each crew member trading, roll once on the trade table to see what presents itself. You can get additional rolls by spending 3 credits each. At least one crew member must be trading to permit this expenditure. I will not be spending any credits this time. However, I will be making 2 rolls on the trade table. So let's see what we find. First up, 57. Ooh, ordnance. You receive 3 grenades, frack or dazzle, or any combination you like. Grenades are actually pretty strong in this game. Let me pull up their page real quick. So frack grenades have a pretty short range, 6-inch. They have 2 shots. They are heavy, they do area damage, and they are single use. Heavy means there is a -1 penalty to hit if the firer moved this round. Area means that you resolve all shots against the initial target. They cannot be spread. Then resolve 1 bonus shot against every figure within 2 inches. So if you've got like a cluster of enemies, throwing a frag grenade in there, I'm sorry, frack grenade, not frag, but throwing a frack grenade in there can do some crazy damage. Dazzle grenades are kind of similar, except they do stunning instead of damaging, which is actually really cool. You can toss it into a group and stun the entire group. In fact, all targets are automatically stunned, no damage rolls take place, and it's still an area grenade. So every figure within 2 inches also gets stunned. So if you've got a group of guys in a hallway or something and you toss a dazzle grenade in there, you're gonna stun all of them. That's pretty fantastic. I actually think I'm gonna take some dazzle grenades. You know what? I think I'll take 2 of the frack grenades and 1 dazzle grenade because it said I can mix and match. That sounds really cool. I'm gonna do that. All right, now let's see what the second trading is. This is probably whatever Caden is finding. 45. Ooh, 45 is just something interesting. Roll once on the loot table. Page 131. All right, this is kind of neat. This is like your post-battle loot here. Let's see what we find. 61. Also, I hope you guys enjoy. I changed my D100 dice because the other dice I realized was kind of hard to see on camera, so hopefully this is an improvement. All right, 61 is gear. So now we'll roll once on the gear subtable. 3. Ooh, a gun mod. Okay, gun mods subtable. All right. This is, okay. I was thinking this was another subtable that was going to go to an even another subtable, but I was wrong. This is actually what the item is going to be. So now we got 77, which is a stabilizer. What is a stabilizer? Ooh, the weapon can ignore the heavy trait. That's actually really cool. I think I still have a heavy weapon somewhere, so I'm gonna give that and equip that to whoever has that heavy weapon. That's pretty cool. All right, so we got a stabilizer. All right, and next up, Holden is going to go exploring. 30. Ooh, an alien merchant. Give him any item and then roll on the loot table. All right, might get some more loot. What should I give them? I also just realized I don't have any weapons with the heavy trait anymore. I got rid of the hunting rifle or whatever it was that Holden had before. He upgraded it to a military rifle, so I don't have anything that can use that stabilizer right now. I am gonna keep it though, because that's actually a really cool item. I think even though technically it's in Portia's inventory, it does say I can give him any item. I'm gonna give him Portia's scrap pistol because it's just kind of it's not really a great pistol. So I'm gonna give the alien merchant Portia's scrap pistol and trade it in for something on the loot table. All right, let's see what we get for this roll on the loot table. 98, that's a big number. Hopefully that's good. Rewards, roll once on the rewards subtable. Oh dang, this could be good. Some of these are like really, really nice. 19. Data files. We unlock 2 rumors. That is pretty good. And there's several of these options are actually really nice. Some of them can give you story points. A lot of them give you rumors or credits. Some of them give you credits like directly. I'm sorry, they will give you discounts on like buying ship parts or ship components or something like that. And some of them just give you credits, like there's scrap and cargo, valuable materials, like those all just give you a certain amount of credits. A couple of them you roll for, but that's really cool. So you can get rumors, credits, discounts on future purchases, and story points out of that. That's pretty nifty. The story points would have not only been very rare, but also very powerful, because getting story points is really, really good. Okay, that actually bumps us up to 5 rumors, which is quite a few. I think that almost guarantees that next time we do a quest mission, because these are quest rumors, not normal rumors. Unfortunately, the 5 Parsecs companion that I'm using to track my stuff, it doesn't have a way to differentiate between rumors or quest rumors. However, I did put in my crew log that I am in a quest. So I'm trying to keep track of like whether it's a normal rumor or a quest rumor. Finishing a quest is actually really good. You earn a lot of stuff from finishing a quest. So getting these extra rumors should help us finish that out, which should get us some neat stuff. All right, next up, we are going to determine our job offers, which we got 2 offers from a patron. One is going to be from our existing patron, Synergistic Composites. So let's go ahead and find out what they are offering us first. All right, so we already know that they're a corporation. As far as I know, we roll through the danger pay, the time frame, the benefits, hazards, and conditions. I am pretty sure we roll through all of those. There's no reason to roll through the first table because that's just going to tell us what type of patron they are, and we already know they're a corporation. And doesn't exactly like clearly state that we should skip the first table if we already have them as a patron, but that's how it seems like it should be to me. So we're just going to go straight to danger pay, which we will add 1 to the roll because they are a corporation. So let's see what we get for danger pay. 4, so +1 is 5, will give us +2 credits of danger pay. The time frame is a 1, which is going to be this campaign turn. We have to do this mission this turn. All right, let's see if there are any benefits. We need an 8 or higher for this. We got a 10. Okay, what is the benefits? Oh, sorry. Actually, if you've worked for this patron before, the benefit, if any, always remains the same. So they did not have a benefit before, so they will still not have one, so we're going to ignore that roll. That is my bad. We're going to check and see if there are any hazards, which also need an 8 or better. Only got a 4. And let's check the conditions, which is a 5 or better, which is a 1. So no hazards, no conditions. Let's find out what our new patron's going to be. That's a 4. It's the local government. All right, let's check the danger pay. A 6, +2 credits. Okay, let's check the time frame. I'm kind of hoping that it's not one that has to be done immediately. I kind of hope I roll high on this and can maybe do my other patron mission and then this one like next turn or something. Let's see what we get. We got a 10. That is the best possible option because that means we can do it at any time. There is no time frame. It's not being forced to happen early. That's amazing. I don't even think I've ever gotten that before as an option. So I'm really happy about that. All right, let's see if there are any benefits. Let's see, benefits, hazards, and conditions for all 3 of these. For the local government, we need an 8 or higher. So benefits, 3, nope, no benefits. Hazards, nope, no hazards. Conditions, nope, no conditions. So none of those either. That is exactly what we wanted. So super happy about that. All right, next stage is assigning equipment, which I don't think there's anything I want to move around or reassign. So I think we'll leave it Leave everything how they are. Next is resolving any rumors. However, since we're on a quest, the rules for rumors are a little bit different. I actually just read these to double check on that. If we weren't on a quest currently, we would roll a d6, and if the roll is equal to or below the number of rumors, you would remove all the rumors and start the quest, which we're already on a quest, so we don't need to do that. And so it would have been very likely with our 5 rumors that we would have started a quest. But we're already on a quest. We don't have to do a quest mission, but us being on a quest means now all of our rumors go towards that. Now, when we're doing a quest mission and we roll to determine our quest progress, if we add our roll and we add our rumors together, and if we get a 7 or higher, we finish the quest, and our very next battle is going to be like the final battle of the quest. And it's always a last stand, and the enemies are fearless. You can't cause them to run away. And I think there's an additional enemy on top of like what you would have rolled. So there's just a lot of stuff going on. But then you get all the rewards from it being a quest, which is really cool. So we're not going to worry about that right now because we're probably going to be doing our patron mission, because that's part of our campaign victory goal, is doing patron missions. So now we're going to choose our battle. We're checking for rivals. We actually don't have any rivals. This is the first campaign I've ever played where I don't have any rivals, and even 3 turns in I don't have any rivals, which feels really weird to me, but it's also kind of nice to not always have someone trying to jump in and barge in and stop you from doing your missions that you want to do. All right, we are going to choose to do our patron mission that we just got from Synergistic Composites, because the other mission we can do at any time. So we're going to go ahead and do that one because it needs to be completed this turn. Otherwise, that offer will expire and we won't be able to do it. All right, next up, we're going to be readying for battle. So first thing we're going to do is determine our deployment conditions. So we're going to roll a D100 and check for our patron status and figure out which one of these deployment conditions we're going to have. 23 for a patron. That means there's no condition. Nice. All right, let's see if there are any notable sites. 16, which is nothing special. All right, that means no extra rewards from picking up a random really shiny bits like we've had on basically, I think we had that on both of the previous campaign turns. All right, next we are going to determine the objective of this mission. 78. Oh, whoops, I only needed to roll the D10. My bad. Sometimes you just get so excited to roll that D100, you just gotta roll it. So we got an 8, which is Protect. Protect, we will be accompanied by a VIP character. They are unarmed and may never initiate a brawl, but will defend normally. They cannot be given any equipment. The VIP must set up at least 12 inches from the center of the table. The enemy must set up 12 inches from the center of their side. Treat the VIP as another member of your crew. If the VIP spends a full round within 3 inches of the center of the table, you win. If you achieve this within the first 4 rounds of the game, you earn an additional 2 credits in pay. Nice. Okay, so I will have a VIP with me. They have a 4-inch move. They have reactions of 1, 4-inch move, plus 0 to combat, and a 3. Is that their savvy? No, it's their toughness. Apologies. Their toughness is 3. They don't need a savvy score. So they're a fairly generic character, and I will treat them as a member of the crew, so I'll roll reaction dice and everything for them as well. If I can get them to the center of the table and have them spend a full round there without getting killed or anything, I get a bonus 2 credits. So that's in addition to the danger pay bonus of 2 credits. So neat. I'll have to find a miniature for this VIP. I might have something in mind, but we'll see when we get there. Next up, we will determine the enemy. All right, so we will roll a D100 and figure out what kind of enemy we're going to be fighting. 6, criminal elements. So now we'll go on to that subtable and find out who we're going to be fighting specifically. You're facing some sort of outlawed enterprise or faction. When engaging any opponents from this list, there's an increased chance of a bounty being available. When setting up, roll 1d6. If the score is 1 to 3, that many bonus credits will be paid out if you hold the field after the battle. Career criminals also tend to get even. When rolling to see if a defeated criminal group becomes a rival, you must roll 2d6 with a 1 on either die, indicating you've acquired them as rivals. If both dice score a 1, they hate you. They become rivals and will increase the numbers encountered by +1 in all battles. That's, that is pretty impressive. You know what? I think I forgot about that because I fought raiders in the very first campaign turn. I think I forgot to roll 2d6 when determining if they were rivals. Maybe I did. If it tells you to do that for criminal elements in the like checking to see if they become rivals, if it tells you in there, I probably remembered. But if I had to go back and reference this page to remember, I probably forgot. So there's a possibility that those raiders from campaign turn 1, I'd have to go back and review the footage. I'm not going to do it right now, but there's a possibility that I forgot to make them rivals, which I'm sorry if I forgot. My bad. I wasn't intending to cheat myself out of that, but I may have also done the rules correctly. I don't know. I'm gonna say maybe I did, maybe I didn't at this point, because I have no idea. So let's see what kind of criminal elements we're gonna have now. 92, that's a big number. All right, what do we get here? A Hulker gang. Human-derived brutes possessing massive upper body strength, often succumb to berserk fury. My goodness, ferocious. +1 to brawling rolls when initiating combat, and aggro. If hit by a shot and surviving, immediately move 1 inch towards the shooter, which basically would cancel out like the getting knocked back an inch from being stunned. Okay, so we're gonna fight some Hulker gang. Let's find out how many we got here. So numbers of this is +0. Their panic score is a 1, 4-inch move speed, combat skill of +1. Though an additional +1 to brawling if they're the ones initiating the combat. So I don't want to be fighting these guys in close combat. A toughness of 5. Boy, they're going to be hard to kill. They have an AI of A, which I think is aggressive. Yes, that is aggressive. And their weapons are 1A, which means I need to roll on a different chart for that. But let's see how many we're going to have. All right, so we're going to roll 2d6 and pick the higher result for the number of opponents. We got a 1 and a 5, so there will be 5 of them. Oh boy. All right, since there are 5 enemies, it looks like they will have both a specialist and a lieutenant. The specialist will have a different weapon. The lieutenant is basically just going to be stronger than the others. His combat skill will be higher, and he carries a blade in addition to their normal weapon. Let's see if they're going to have any unique individuals with them as well. We're going to roll 2d6. I got a 10. On a roll of a 9 or higher, the opposition is accompanied by a unique individual, and you should check on that table. This figure is always in addition to those normally encountered. Let's see what this unique individual is going to be. I don't think I fought very many of these unique individuals. This is kind of exciting. This sounds like this is going to be a pretty difficult battle, actually. We got 73, which is a Karen warrior. They have a higher move speed. They're a noble alien warrior seeking adventure. They come with a machine pistol and a ripper sword. They're actually pretty similar stat-wise to the brutes. They're a little bit faster with 5-inch move instead of 4-inch. They have a +2 to their combat skill, 5 toughness. They also have the aggressive AI, but they have 1 luck point. Do they spend their luck point? How does this work? So yeah, they will use their luck. Basically, it just says if a character with luck would be removed as a casualty, they lose 1 point of luck instead. The character is immediately moved 1d6 inches in a random direction and is otherwise unharmed as they dive for safety. If a character has multiple points of luck, they all have to be depleted before they can become a casualty. So I kind of have to kill this guy like twice, basically. Like I have to hit them to make them become a casualty, which they'll lose their luck and dive out of the way. And then I have to do that again. So this guy is going to be really hard to kill because luck is normally a mechanic that your characters have. It's not very common for enemies to have a luck stat as well. So this should get very interesting. I've got some good ideas on what miniatures I'm going to be using for this, so I'm pretty excited for that. I'm gonna have to go get the table set up for this mission, pick out some enemy models, and pick out my VIP. So stay tuned for that. I'll be right back. Okay, so time for the battle portion of this Patron mission. If you can't tell, things have changed a little bit, and I really apologize for the delay between episode 2 and this one, episode 3. This delay that happened right now is what caused a lot of stuff. I've had to completely redo my entire basement. We had a little bit of a water problem, which caused me to need to move my computers, get everything in a different area. Luckily we have concrete floors, so we didn't have to worry about like the floor getting damaged or anything like that. And it wasn't anything major, it was just a very small, minor water issue, some condensation on an AC duct, which caused a little bit of moisture down in here. So we've got some dehumidifiers going. We've had dehumidifiers down here pretty much nonstop, but just it was a little bit more humid than normal lately, and yeah, things got a little crazy. So yeah, a lot has changed in the basement. I'm now got my table in a completely new area from where it was. I mean, it's only about 10 feet from where it used to be, but this behind me used to basically be where like this area was where my computer was and where I would stream at, and so I've changed things up a little bit. So sorry for going a little bit overboard on the details there, but yeah, that's basically what has caused the delay, so I apologize for that. Hopefully we can get back into normal stuff here. So yeah, the battle, let's get into the battle here. So the enemies are going to be some they're a Hulker gang, and I'm using some pretty beastly looking lizardmen models that I've got that I thought looked pretty cool. The specialist is going to be the one that has some yellow. He's actually painted. He's got yellow armor and green skin, and then we also have a unique individual, a Ka'aran. That's how I'm pronouncing it, Ka'aran. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced, but a Ka'aran warrior who has a machine pistol and a ripper sword, so he's actually pretty deadly in combat. So their whole group is going to be deployed over in this very far corner. They're kind of just out of the way over here, and way over in the far corner, away from everything, mostly because according to the rules for this mission, we are doing a protect mission. So we have a special VIP with us today, and in this protect mission, the Hulker gang and their Karen warrior have to start at least 12 inches from the center of the table, which is the majority of my table. I'm only playing on a 2x2, so 12 inches away puts them way in the far corner. Going with a radius from the center, that's not a whole lot of space to deploy. So I kind of crammed them all in there. I could have crammed a few probably down at the bottom. Maybe I should do that, I don't know, but basically the way the rules stated, they're also an aggressive enemy. They're all 6 of them supposed to just kind of be all bundled together. They're all kind of together in a group. So I threw them all in the corner, and they're all just going to come rushing out angrily because that's what they do. So the rest of my crew, let's go ahead and switch over here. A chunk of them are deployed in the far corner with our protective VIP. I'm using a General Veers proxy unit that I got from Darkfire Designs. Pretty cool mini, very happy with it. He's not painted yet, he's just primed, but he looks pretty cool. And some of my crew's over here with him. The captain, Deviant Bit, Holden, and Alan are all over here, while Portia and Caden are way over here on the far side, trying to flank. So basically, what happened in this mission is our patron, Synergistic Composites, contacted us. They've lost contact with one of their facilities, and they were sending one of their technicians there to do some work, but he's like one of their lead scientists or something. That's what we're going to say. General Veers is one of their lead scientists. They were sending them to this facility to get some work done. It's all top secret stuff. They can't tell us all the details, but they've lost contact with the facility, and they can't get a hold of the local guard, the security forces there. So as we arrive on the scene, we notice all the guard stationed outside have just been slaughtered. They're all over the place, and I got these really cool Fallen and Clone Trooper miniatures, also from Darkfire Designs. Not sponsored or anything, he's just got some great Star Wars minis. But these Fallen Clone Troopers are really cool, and I wanted to use them as kind of some set decoration. They're not painted yet, unfortunately, but yeah, I thought they would be really cool to use as like the local security that was all, you know, killed and stuff. So we get here and this is what we see first. So we know something bad has happened and we fear the worst, but our crew was tasked with getting this scientist to this base. So to beat the mission, to succeed, we need to get our special guest, General Veers here, we need to get him over to the center of the map. Veers needs to get, he basically needs to move from here and go wind up along here, up into the center at the front door to the facility. And basically he's got to sit there for a full turn within 3 inches of the center. Okay, General Veers is, I need to stop calling him that. Let's call him Viren or something like that. Yeah, his name's Viren. Lead scientist Viren, headed here to the base. That'll be easy for me to remember. Basically, he gets treated as one of my crew, so he will roll reactions and everything with them. He doesn't have great stats or anything. He's just kind of there. He's kind of, I think he has like baseline human with no other stuff going on. Now this mission, I'm actually pretty worried. The enemies that we're fighting, this Hulker gang, their stats are pretty crazy. They only panic on ones, which already kind of sucks for me. It's going to be really hard to get any of them to run away. They have a +1 combat, they're aggressive, and they have a toughness of 5, which is going to be really, really hard to kill any of them. I think I only have a couple of weapons that even have like a +1 to damage. Maybe just like 1 or 2. Okay, I was wrong. I've got a few. Got several blast pistols split up between the crew. Deviant Bit and the Captain Corvin both have blast pistols. Alan has a blast rifle that has a +1 to damage. Portia has a hand cannon which has a +2 to damage, so maybe she'll actually be good at getting these guys because she's only going to need to roll a 3 or better to actually take these guys out if she can hit them. And Caden also has a beam pistol, which is a damage 1 weapon. The only one that doesn't have one is Holden. He has a machine pistol which is attached to his cyber hand, so it's built into his arm, and he also has a military rifle, so no extra damage for Holden. And then the VIP has like no extra weapons or anything. He also won't try to brawl. If he gets attacked in a brawl, he will defend himself and fight back. But that's probably not a good thing, because if he gets taken out, we're probably going to fail the mission. But we really need to get him to the center. It's going to take him a little bit of time to get that door open, to get into the facility, and then basically we're going to book it after that. Unless things just start going really well right away, I don't think we're going to worry about taking out these guys because they're going to be really tough to kill. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and try to seize the initiative. Okay, one additional thing. Before we seize the initiative, since the Hulker gang we're fighting is part of a criminal element, there's a chance that they are part of some sort of outlawed enterprise or faction. When engaging any opponents from this list, there's an increased chance of a bounty being available. When setting up, roll 1d6. If the score is 1 to 3, that many bonus credits will be paid out if we hold the field after the battle. So let's go ahead and see. Nope, we got a 5, so no bonus credits. But let's go ahead and try to seize the initiative. All right, so we're gonna roll 2d6 and add the highest savvy of our crew, which is either gonna be Alan or Caden. I'm sorry, Alan or Corvin, the captain, both with a 2. So we'll go ahead and add the 2 to this. And then we need a 10 or higher in order to seize the initiative. We definitely did not. We only rolled a 5 plus 2 is 7. Not even close. No seizing the initiative. We're going to go ahead and move on to the reaction roll though. So we're going to roll 7 dice because we are adding in our VIP. He also gets an action. Wow, this would have been great if I was shooting at something and needed some high dice rolls. I only got a single 1. Everything else is way too high. I got a bunch of 4s couple of 5s and a 6, so we only got a single 1. I don't really think that I can get anyone into like an advantageous position, so I think what I'm going to do is give it to my VIP and have him dash and just kind of move along forward, because I think I can keep him in a pretty safe location where he's not going to take any extra hits, especially on turn 1. There's a lot of terrain. I tried to really make this a densely packed board with buildings and obstacles and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're just gonna give it to the VIP and let him move forward. So dashing, he should be able to move 6 inches, which will get him way up here in front. And yeah, I don't think, yeah, there's no way that anyone's gonna have line of sight on him right away. So he should be safe for a little bit. So now we'll move into the enemy's turns. Okay, the enemies are all an aggressive type. They can't clearly see anyone, so basically they're just going to start moving inwards. They're going to start moving towards our group. Before they do this, they all let out a big loud roar, which obviously intimidates our characters a little bit and lets us know that, hey, there's some bad guys here. So several of these guys are just going to kind of dash forward and get into some cover here. And we're going to bring a couple of them around on this other side. The specialist here is going to dash all the way up and get up behind the building, so he's definitely got some cover. And I think both of these guys are going to follow him, but just not quite be as successful or getting as far. And actually, he does have 1 additional inch of movement, but it's not really going to get him into a good spot. So he's just going to stop right there. I did my best to make sure that all of my crew would be hidden, so they're not really out in the open or anything. And yeah, they're going to try to get in there and do some work now. Holden has a military rifle, so I'm actually going to try to get him up onto some high ground over here. So he is going to move and then dash and basically just get right here. He can't quite do much yet. Let's move the camera just a little bit, and he's basically working on getting up here to the high ground, up on top of this building, so he'll have a clean line of sight to a lot of enemies down below. Deviant Bit's gonna move forward and then take a short dash to basically just get right on the other side of our VIP here. The captain is basically going to do the same thing, but he was a little further ahead, so he can get all the way up here by this building and take some cover. All right, let's move over here to our others. Portia and Caden are hiding behind a very small structure over here, but there is a little bit of cover nearby. Portia can move up into that cover, and she is in range to take a shot. However, they're not within 6 inches yet, so there is a very good chance that she won't be able to do a whole lot of damage, assuming she even hits them. She only gets 1 shot with her hand cannon. She has no pluses to combat, so she's going to need a 5 or better even to hit them, though only a 3 or better to actually wound them. So I think I'm going to try to move them forward while keeping in cover where they won't be able to be seen or get shot at just yet. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Move them up a little bit. So Caden can basically move all the way up here to this building, and I think I think that's going to be too far. I could move him there, but if I do that, I think the enemies are going to be able to pop out and see him too soon. So I'm going to have him stay there. Portia can move a little bit further. I keep thinking she has a jetpack. I was going to have her like fly over there because her model has a jetpack. I actually probably need to switch her with one of my other Mandalorian models that does not have the smoke plume or the jetpack, just so that I don't keep getting confused, because I keep thinking, yeah, she's got a jetpack. She'll just fly over the buildings. No, that's not how it works. She doesn't have a jetpack. She does have a grapple launcher, however, which is pretty handy. She just can't quite make it to that building over there to be able to pull herself up on top of it. That would be really cool. She's just not quite able to do that yet. Actually, a little bit worried because I've placed them over here on their own. So I think I'm actually going to have her stay right there and just wait for the enemies to come a little bit closer so she can move out and start blasting. Kind of same thing with Caden, and I'm hoping the rest of my crew will be able to also take some pot shots at the enemy as well before the enemy. Oh, I forgot to move Alan. Oh my gosh. Moving the camera back over here. Apologies. I didn't even notice him there. He kind of just blends in. He's also going to move and dash and basically just get right over there. Whoops. But yeah, so my whole crew has kind of moved forward. They're trying to get into some positions here, and yeah, hopefully I can start shooting at the enemies before they're able to start shooting at me. Let's move into battle round 2. All right, let's roll our reaction roll again real quick. Okay, I got a 2, a 3, and a bunch more high numbers. Do I have anyone with a score of 3 yet? Alan has a 3. Caden has a 2, Alan has a 3, so he'll be able to go before anyone else goes. However, I don't know if he's going to be able to really do a whole lot yet. I might be able to move him forward right here and maybe shoot at some guys back there, or move and get into, maybe take like a snap fire action. Oh, that's right, they can't, it's not quite like Star Wars Legion. I keep getting that confused, so my apologies. So with Snapfire, I have to take during my quick action, so he could take the Snapfire action, he just can't move and then do the Snapfire. So he has to stay right where he's at in order to do that, and I don't think that's what I want. I am actually going to do that. I'm going to have both Caden and Alan take the Snapfire action, because if an enemy does move into their range, they get to take a shot at them, which is good. Because they get to take a shot at them before they do their second action, and they can interrupt them a little bit. Also, if an enemy doesn't move into their range and into their line of sight, they get to act normally in the slow phase, but this will allow the enemies to move a little bit closer before I jump out and start shooting at people. So that might be a good thing. I'm gonna have both of them do that, and yeah, we're gonna hope for the best. All right, hopefully this gives us, change my camera angle a little bit, hopefully this gives us a pretty good view of what the enemies are able to do and see. And basically they're all going to keep moving forward. Now the rules say if they're within 12 inches, which they are just, actually these first couple here, they are just inside. These guys over here, not this one, not the one in the back here, but these first two, they are just within 12 inches. So their rules change a little bit because they are aggressive. Oh, I'm sorry. Enemies that are unable to see any opposition or which are within 12 inches will advance as fast as possible towards the nearest opponent, attempting to enter into a brawl. So they're going to basically keep dashing to try to get closer. And every single one of my enemies here is an aggressive enemy. So they're going to keep doing that. They're not going to be moving and shooting because they can't see any of our guys. So they're going to, if they could see us from a distance, they're going to advance trying to stay into cover. And moving at least half of their move, but since they can't see any of us right now, they're just going to be rushing because they can, I'm assuming they can smell us. They've probably got some advanced senses, probably smell. I mean, I'm using lizardmen as a stand-in, but that's just kind of what I'm going with here. My Hulker gang is a bunch of lizardmen, so I'm assuming they know we're here. They have some way to know we've arrived. Maybe they can hear us, maybe they can smell us, I don't know. Some advanced senses letting them know we're here. So they're just rushing in, trying to get in there and slaughter us as fast as possible. All right, I'm gonna have the Karen Warrior. I'm gonna have the Karen Warrior. It's gonna dash forward, but that is gonna get him into Caden's line of sight. So Caden is going to be able to shoot at him. So he's gonna be able to rush around to about here and then dash to right here, which actually will put him in Alan's line of sight as well. So we're gonna have basically both of them are gonna take their Snapfire actions. All right, Caden is gonna fire his beam pistol. He only gets one shot. He would have 2 shots with his auto rifle. However, he gets no bonus to the damage with the auto rifle, and I really think we're gonna need that with these guys having toughness 5. So he's gonna roll his pistol, which the beam pistol gets 1 shot. And it has critical on it, which is actually really nice because if he gets a 6, it actually inflicts 2 hits on the target. I only got a 2, so no hit. I take that back. The enemy is out in the open. I would only need a 3 to hit. Caden has a +1 to his combat, so that is a hit. It's not a critical, but it is a hit. Now I need a 4 or better to wound the enemy here. Now this guy has a point of luck, so he's probably, even if Caden wounds him here, he's going to spend his point of luck and he'll be okay, and he'll basically roll out of the way. So let's see if we can get that point of luck spent right away. We cannot. We only got a 3 total. I technically needed a 5 total, but I needed to roll a 4 or higher. So he does, however, get knocked back, which I guess he'll go back this way a little bit, and gets a stun marker on him. So now Alan is also going to take his snapfire, which I think he's still in range. Yeah, he's right at about 12 inches. Alan has 16-inch range with his blast rifle. So Alan's also going to take 1 shot, and he's going to miss that shot terribly and do no damage. So now the rest of the enemies, they've heard the gunshots now. They definitely know we're here. They suspected before. They came rushing in to check. Now they know for sure, and we just shot at their leader, so the rest of them are coming in not very happy. So these guys back here are gonna rush in to back up their leader here. These guys, he's gonna vault over that and vault over this and hop down here in the middle, not even caring about the dead bodies on the ground. And then this guy is gonna rush over to here and get right behind these crates. And this guy is basically just gonna rush up here. Now this guy here in the yellow, he is the specialist, and he actually has a heavy rifle instead of the handguns that the other guys have. He has a hunting rifle, I'm sorry. Hunting rifle instead of a heavy rifle, but it is a heavy weapon, so he gets a -1 to the shots with that. However, he is still an aggressive enemy type. Okay, I double checked. Heavy weapon figures will not move if they have line of sight to a target. He doesn't have line of sight to anybody yet, so he's still moving forward. All of the enemies have moved. I still have a few moves to take care of here. All right, so yeah, Caden already fired, so he's not gonna be able to move back at all. So next turn, the enemy's probably gonna get into brawling range with him and start stabbing him. That's my guess. Portia, very excited to be able to fight finally, except I don't know if I want her to charge around the corner at 3 of them. So what I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do is none of the enemies will be able, see, this guy can only move a max of 4 inches. He can't even move 6 because he has a stun marker on him. So I think what I'm gonna do, see, the guy behind him would be able to move up to here. So what I'm gonna do is just have Portia move just outside of their range of being able to get into brawling with her, and she's gonna blast with her hand cannon. She's gonna fire at the leader. He's out in the open. He's within 6 inches. Just barely. I measured, I made sure. So Portia here is going to be firing at the leader over here with her hand cannon. Now's your time to shine, Portia. Come on now, you can do this. She got a 3. That's all she needs. That's all she needs. All she needs is a 3 to hit him because he's out in the open. Okay. I'm rolling so high on my reactions and so low on my shooting. I need it to be the other way around. Come on now, game. All right, Portia's hand cannon is damaged 2. So I only need to roll a 3 or higher on this dice to take him out. Well, to make him spend one of his luck points. I just rolled a 6. Plus 2 is 8. That's pretty awesome. Portia was ready to murder. All right, so our Aaron warrior is spending his point of luck to not take damage from Portia's hand cannon. So he's basically going to do like one of those crazy action movie rolls out of the way of the bullet and not get hit. So he's gonna move 1d6 inches in a random direction. I'm gonna use this, looks like it's a d10 that I grabbed. Whatever direction the point of it, the upper point is pointing, just that's the direction I'm gonna choose. And then I'm also gonna roll a d6 at the same time to determine how many inches he's going to go. So only 1 inch and basically straight down towards us. So he's gonna move about like that. I'll keep this stun token on him. That actually gets him a little bit closer for shooting at him with other people. All right, cool. That was exciting. Well, at least we got his luck out of the way. That is no longer a concern. All right, the captain moved forward right over to here. wants to stay in cover behind this building, but he wants a clear shot at this guy. He is just under 6 inches away, so he only needs a 3 or better to hit him. I have no pluses to my combat. He is using a blast pistol, which gets 1 shot and has a +1 to damage. So we're trying our best to take out as many of these guys as quick as possible, if possible. Dang it. I only rolled a 2. I am not rolling great on my combat tonight. So that leaves me out in the open, basically, because both of these guys will be able to move in close. Holden here, I've already pre-measured this. Holden is basically going to move right up to here. He can barely do that. Climbing right up to here. And he is going to shoot down at this guy. He is in cover. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have him shoot at the same guy. He's going to shoot at that same guy. He's going to use his military rifle. It's got long range. But he only gets 1 shot. His machine pistol gets 2 shots, but it's only got 4-inch range now. And only a 1. So Holden's not hitting him either. We're off to a great start. Deviant Bit is going to move around the backside over here, try to get into kind of a bit of a flanking position. And our VIP, oh yeah, he's got plenty of move. He's just gonna move and tuck in behind this wall here and hide for a little bit. Okay, this battle's not going good. We're now at the end of battle round 2, and I've decided I wanna play with the optional battle rules. The battle events, sorry, battle events, not battle rules. I always forget about them, so I'm really trying my best to remember to do them this round. So you do these at the end of battle round 2 and at the end of battle round 4. So this is the end of battle round 2. So we're gonna roll a D100 and see what happens. Sometimes random things just happen on the battlefield. 39. Oh wow, snapshot. Select a figure in your crew. They may fire a weapon immediately. If the weapon is a pistol, it hits automatically. Otherwise, roll to hit normally. Pretty much my entire crew has pistols, so let's see who might be the best one to choose for this. You know what? I think it's going to be Portia. Portia is going to shoot at their leader again. It's going to hit automatically, so I don't have to worry about even getting that hit roll. And she has +2 damage. She has the best chance of taking out the leader right now. He's out of luck, so he's not going to roll again. We're going to do it. We're going to shoot at him. All right, I need a 3 or better, and this kills their leader, the Aaron warrior. Oh, dang it. That only gives me a 4 total. I needed a 5 total. So he does still take a hit. He will get stepped back. He'll gain another stun token. Dang it. I was really hopeful on that one. All right, start of battle round 3. All right, we are going to roll our reaction rolls again, and I'm kind of hoping I get a couple of low ones so I can maybe move some people to safety. Whoops. Okay, I wanted low. That kind of works. Honestly, I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to be very aggressive here. If I can get 1 more stun token on that leader, they get 3 or more stun tokens, they're knocked out. They're completely eliminated from the map. They're not killed, they're just knocked out. But that's good enough for me. So if I can have some people go before he goes and get some shots off on him, I only need 1 to hit. I only need 1 to hit. So if I can do that, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So I got 2 1s and a 3. So, well, and a bunch of 3s. Alan will be able to go with the 3. So that puts him over here. We'll probably move him forward a little bit and shoot with him. And then I'm kind of thinking give Portia another one, give her another chance to shoot. She's been doing great so far. Now that she's actually able to fight, I really need to get her some bonus combat points. And finally, she'll be earning experience, assuming she doesn't die here. And then maybe the captain. I think Caden will be okay. There's a bunch of like stuff in the way, so I don't really know if any of them are going to be able to get in range of him to brawl right away. They're going to be really close to him now. But I think Portia has a good shot at shooting him, and I know she's out of range. And I think I mean, I guess they could stand on top of that little thing, so maybe someone could get into combat with him. I think he'll be okay. So then I'll give the captain the other one, maybe give him another chance to shoot. I might even give the captain like a snap fire action. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Give the captain a snap fire. That way when that other guy tries to rush him, the captain's just gonna shoot him. Because why not? So captain has a snap fire. Portia gets a quick action. So first things first, Alan is gonna try to shoot at their leader over there. Alan has a +1 to combat. He needs a 5 or higher. He's out in the open, but he is past 6 inches of range. So, all right, you can do this, Alan. So 4, +1, 5. We did it. Alan hit him. I'm gonna roll though. I wanna see if I wound him. Alan is using a blast rifle, so he also only needs a 4 or more to actually kill him. I mean, he's definitely gonna get stunned no matter what. I just wanna see if this would actually kill him. Yes. I don't know if that's in camera, so I'm moving it over. It is a 6. We actually killed the leader. Leader is dead. Let's move him, set him out of the way. Probably should have moved my camera. Sorry, I'm really bad at remembering to remove this, but Alan had a nice clear shot right down here to the leader and was able to take him out. So next up, Portia. She is just at 6 inches of range. What about from that other guy? No, he wouldn't be able to. Okay, so let's move this dice out of the way. So Portia's going. Portia is going to move forward just a hair, just to get behind cover here. And then she's going to shoot at that first one out in the open. So again, only needs a 3 or higher to hit. She has no pluses to her combat. He's out in the open within 6 inches. Ha, we hit. Okay, good stuff. We need a 3 or higher to wound him as well, because Portia's hand cannon has +2 to damage. Yes! We take out another guy. I am so excited. This turned around very quickly. Yes, okay. I was very worried about this matchup. All right, enemy's turn. The captain is gonna take a snap fire action, so he's just gonna hang out right back there, waiting for them to come closer. I actually double checked, and this guy here with the heavy weapon does not have line of sight to the captain. It's just barely out of range. He's able to see this guy out in the middle clearly. So this guy is either going to be shooting at Holden up here, which I think is technically closer than Portia, but no one is outside of cover for him. So he's going to be firing up at Holden because he has that heavy rifle. So we're going to go ahead and do that first. He needs a 6 or more to hit me because he's outside of 6 inches. Holden is behind cover. However, he has a +1 combat, so he only needs to roll a 5 or better. So here we go. Let's see if he hits Holden. Dang! Okay, so he just got a crit. Never mind. His weapon's not a critical weapon. He definitely hits. He also has a +1 damage, so he only needs a 2 or more to hit Holden. This isn't good. Oh, he hits Holden. He could barely see him, but Holden tried to snipe from above and gets taken out. Our first casualty, well, maybe. Potential casualty. Our first potential casualty of our 5 Parsecs playthrough. I knew this match was going to be rough though, because these guys are just really hard to kill. That toughness 5 is scary, and most of my crew does not have the most amazing combat skills. So he might be okay. He might just go to the infirmary. We'll see after the match. All right, this enemy here is going to try to move forward towards the captain. So he is going to take his move at the very least, and he will attempt to dash, but the captain is going to take his snapshot roll using his blast pistol. It's a hit, damage 1, so we need a 4 or higher to take out this guy. And we did it. Took out another one. All right, we're doing pretty good. That's half of them. That's technically more than half, because the leader we kind of had to take out twice because of his luck point, unless I'm doing something wrong for luck. Okay, I didn't see anything in the luck section about, well, I guess we killed him anyways. I was thinking like maybe his stunned tokens would have gone away when he spent his luck as well as mitigating the damage, but I didn't see anything like that. But we did actually roll high enough to kill him. Portia did it. Also, Portia will get bonus experience for dealing the killing blow on the first enemy, so that's pretty great. Actually, that was Alan, wasn't it? And then Portia killed the second one. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the footage because I'm genuinely not sure at this point. I think Alan did it because then Portia moved forward and shot the guy in front of him. Yeah. All right, this guy is basically gonna dash and get up closer, right behind the wall right here. This guy can't get into a brawl, so he's gonna move forward and fire his handgun at Portia because he's just outside of where he'd be able to get into a brawl. So he's gonna move forward and shoot real quick. She's in cover, so he would have needed a 5 or better to hit. He has a +1, so it's only a 4. Doesn't hit. Portia's good. And I think that is all for the enemies. So now we got a couple more characters. Deviant gets to go. Unfortunately, Holden doesn't get to go. Caden still gets to go. All right, Deviant Bit is gonna run over here where he's got a nice clear line of sight to this guy, puts him within 6 inches, and he's gonna fire his blast pistol. He needs a 3 or higher to hit him. We hit, and he needs a 4 or higher to wound him because he has a +1 to damage on his blast pistol. And we got a 6. We just took out the specialist. That's 4 of them taken out in this one round. In round 3, we took the leader, the unique individual, the Karen warrior. We took out the specialist and 2 of the normal guys. There's only 2 guys left. We're doing really good, and there's a chance 1 or more of them could run away if either of them panic. I can only roll a 1. 1's the only thing that'll make anyone panic, but we're gonna be rolling 4 dice so far. And we're not even quite done. Caden still gets to go. I don't know if he's going to be able to take out that last guy. Can he even... They can't even really see each other from there, so Caden would need to reposition. However, Caden does have clear line of sight on this other guy. It's kind of out in the open. He could hit him with his auto rifle because I'm pretty sure... Oh, actually, he could. Well, he could shoot his blast pistol, or I'm sorry, his beam pistol, but his auto rifle gets 2 shots. It doesn't get any bonuses to the damage, but I might be able to get a hit on him. I think I'm going to have a better chance of actually getting a hit. So Caden's going to stand still. He's going to take the aim action, so he'll re-roll any 1s that he gets. But I still need 5s or higher, and I have a +1 to my combat, so I need 4s or higher on the dice. Here we go. I got 1 5. The other one is a 2, unfortunately, so don't get to re-roll it. All right, now I need a 5 or higher to kill him. And we got a 2, so no. However, we do knock him back an inch. And he gets a stun token. All right, Holden was knocked down. Okay, we technically still have the VIP left as well. However, I think it's best for him to stay hidden right where he's at. He's just chilling back here behind this building. I think he needs to stay hidden back there for now. Don't want him getting killed because we can't pass the mission if he gets killed. Technically, if I'm able to get him out into the open, into the center next turn, before the end of the turn, well, he has to stay there a whole turn. But if he was able to get out there and stay there in the middle, we would get an extra 2 credits for completing this mission. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm really worried still. These guys are still kind of hard to kill, and now they're all really close and in basically charging range of being able to get into brawling range with me. And I really don't want to be in a brawl with these guys. These guys are kind of tough. But we are end of round 3. We took out 4 of them, so we're going to roll 4 dice and see if any of them panic. Let's see what we get. Okay, we rolled some really great numbers if I was shooting yet again, but we did roll 1, 1, 1. The rules state that it's the enemy closest to the enemy board edge. I technically, like normally I would count this as their board edge, but because they couldn't actually start here because that was within 12 inches of the center for this protect mission, I had them start in that back corner. And I think technically this guy back here is closer to that corner. I'm gonna measure it out. I don't know if I should use the corner or not, but that kind of feels right, if that makes sense. So let's see, he is only 12 inches from it, and he is 15 inches from that corner, whereas he is 10 inches from that side, and he is 12 inches from the side. I'm gonna roll for it. I think technically the guy back here in the back would be the one that would run, just because he's closer to the corner, but it's not really the edge, but that's where I had them spawn. But I'm gonna roll it off. I'm gonna roll a d6. If it's a even number, it'll be the guy in the back over there. If it's an odd number, it'll be this guy up here in the middle. I think that'll be the best case scenario. We'll just figure out, we'll leave it up to chance. And this game's all about random numbers and stuff, so let's see what we get. I got a 6, even number. I don't know if that's in camera or not. I keep adjusting this. I hope that I'm getting all of the dice rolls actually in shot. I've had a bunch of technical difficulties in the past. I've spent a lot of time trying to fix a lot of things. I didn't even bother with the top-down camera this time, so I apologize if sometimes this camera here, board table camera, isn't always in the right spot, so I apologize for that. I try to move it around as best I can. But yeah, so this guy here in the back runs away. So we only got one more enemy to go. All right, start of turn 4. We lost Holden, so now we're only gonna roll six reaction dice. You know what? I'm gonna undo something real quick. This guy, the captain told him, hey, we're clearing them out. They're almost all gone. Move up, stay behind me. And so the guy moved up and got right behind the captain. He's still safe from a brawl, but he also might actually be able to reach the center of the table before the end of this turn. He has to spend a full round there, so he would only get there partway through this round, so it wouldn't be until the next round that it counted. At least that's how I would count it. So I'm not gonna get the bonus credits, but I still think it's a good idea to have him move forward like that. Reaction time for round 4. We got a few 2s, a few 3s, and a couple of 4s that aren't going to count for anything. I didn't get any 1s, so Portia can't go. Only one 3 is going to matter because Alan's the only one I have with a 3, so we're going to give that to him. Trying to measure this out. Caden is like 9.5 inches away. So I'm going to have him move forward 4 inches. That's a little bit too far. He's intending to get just within, yeah, right there. He's making his 4-inch move, which is all he gets, but that puts him within 6 inches for his shot. So he only needs a 3 or higher to hit. Oh, and Caden has a +1 to hit. So I only need to roll a 2 on this dice. Come on, Caden, you can do this. So I gave him one of the low ones. I'm also gonna give the other 2, I'll give that to the captain. I'll give it to Corbin. Caden got a 5, and he was firing with his beam pistol. His auto rifle has 2 shots. I would have rolled 2 dice for that, but he's firing with his beam pistol. Got a +1 to damage, so he only needs a 4 or higher to take out the last remaining enemy. He only got a 2, so we will knock him back a little bit and give him another stun token. Technically, I only need to hit him 1 more time because that'll give him a 3rd stun token and he'll be knocked out. All right, Alan is gonna come jumping out real quick. And you know what? He's gonna fire with his machine pistol. He gets 2 shots and he's gonna be hitting on 2s because he's within range. I only need 1 hit and I'll take this guy out. Both of these shots hit, but I wanna see if I can kill him. Let's go for that 5. He's definitely gonna be stunned, so even if I don't kill him with this, the last shot's gonna, or one of these shots will stun him for sure. And that'll be his 3rd stun and he'll be knocked out. I actually did get a 6 and a 3 with the machine pistol, so I would have killed him or stunned him. Either way, he's taken out. Whew. That was a little bit of a scary one. I mean, the captain would have had another chance to go. I was really worried about those guys getting into brawling range. That would not have been good. Our last guy here, he's just gonna dash and get right here into the middle, and then he'll spend a full round there and complete his mission. He'll gain access to the facility. Hopefully there's no enemies inside the facility. Maybe that'll be the next mission. We'll have to find out next time. Now let's go ahead and go roll our post-battle stuff. Post-battle activities. First thing we're gonna do is resolve rival status. If we fought an opponent that isn't a rival and held the field, roll 1d6. On a 1, the type of opponents you just fought become your rivals and should be noted for this planet. Here we go. Got a 5, they don't become rivals. Resolve patron status. If you succeeded in a patron mission, you may add the patron to your list of contacts on this planet unless the job was a one-time contract. This was for an existing patron already, so we don't have to worry about that. Determine quest progress. Wasn't part of a quest. Get paid. My favorite part. You earn 1d6 credits in pay, loot, bounty, or salvage. If you finish the final mission of a quest, roll the die twice. Don't have to worry about that. All right, there was a +2 to danger pay. So let's see what we're getting paid. 1d6 credits. We got a 2. However, it says if I won the mission by completing my objective, treat any roll of 1 or 2 as a 3. And rival missions do not award this bonus for winning. They weren't a rival, but so that means that's a 3, and I get a +2 for the danger pay, so 5 total credits. Let's go ahead and get that added real quick. All right, up next, battlefield finds. If you held the field after the battle, you had an opportunity afterwards to search the battlefield for anything worth collecting. All right, we'll roll a D100 on the following table. A 100. Nothing of value, and not one thing. We don't find anything. That's literally what it says. 91 to 100, we find nothing. There was nothing on the battlefield for us to take at all. That sucks. Check for invasion. They weren't an invasion threat, so we don't have to worry about that. Next, we're gonna gather the loot. So we'll roll once on the loot table and see what we get. 65 is gear. So now we'll roll once on the gear subtable. 50 protective items. So now we'll roll on the protective items subtable. 93. Ooh, a screen generator. All right. Next, we're going to determine injuries and recovery. This is the first time we've had to do this campaign. Holden got knocked out. Let's see how he's doing. 51. All right. It is a serious injury. There is no long-term effect, which is good, but he will spend some campaign turns in sickbay. He's going to spend 1d3 + 1 turns in sickbay. So 2 + 1, he'll be in sickbay for 3 turns. I could have also chosen to use one of my stim packs earlier, but I kind of forgot about it, so this is my penalty for that. All right, so since Alan the bot was the one that got the kill on the unique individual, which was also the first kill of the match, both of those +1 experience just disappear. Nobody gets them because Alan was the one that did it, and bots don't receive experience. So that kind of sucks. Everyone else, though, got 3 experience, except for Holden only gets 1 experience because he became a casualty. So everyone else gets a little bit, and I think we'll be increasing a few ability scores. Portia has 7, so I'm going to be increasing her combat by 1. Same with the captain. Corvin also has 7, so I'll increase his combat by 1. Deviant is at 8 experience, and I'm actually going to increase his toughness. I'm going to bump him up to 5 toughness, leaving him with 2 experience left. Caden has 6 experience. I'm actually going to increase his toughness as well. And Holden only has 4, so he can't increase anything right now. All right, investing in advanced training. We're going to skip that. We're not going to worry about that right now. Purchase items. I'm not going to spend any credits on that this time. Roll for a campaign event. Okay, roll a D100 and see what we get. 72. The crew spends the night drinking, watching movies, and playing cards. +1 story point. So apparently we were pretty happy about that mission. And we're probably hanging out with Holden in sickbay, just kind of trying to keep his spirits up since he's hurt. All right, roll for a character event. I'm going to do this at random. The only ones who can be in the event is the captain, Portia, Caden, and Holden. Even though he's in sickbay, he can still have a character event. So a 1 will be the captain, 2 will be Portia, 3 will be Caden, and 4 will be Holden. Got a 1. The captain's having a crew event. Or, I'm sorry, a character event. All right, let's see what the captain's up to. 58. You've had time to reflect on your adventures. Earn 1d3 experience. And it's a 1. 1 experience is still 1 experience. It's free. All right, next is checking for galactic war progress, which we don't have to worry about that. We haven't had any planets get invaded yet. All right, guys, and that is it. Thank you so much for watching. This is the end of campaign turn 3. We haven't lost anybody yet. I was really worried going into this specific mission because these enemies are pretty dang tough. Having toughness 5 is really scary, especially when you're not rolling so well on your shots. I did get some really lucky rolls there, but I was definitely worried. Most of my crew is not that great at combat, and I really didn't have very good positioning. I was thinking getting Holden up on the roof would really help out, maybe get some sniper shots down at him, but he got 1 shot off and then he got taken out immediately. That did not work out in my favor at all. Luckily, he's only in sickbay. He didn't get killed. But yeah, again, thanks so much for watching. If you're enjoying this and you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. It really helps out a lot, more than you know. Leave me a comment down below. Again, I apologize for taking so long on this one. There were a lot of things happening here. Mostly just here local stuff. I really apologize. Basement water problems, never fun to deal with. Again, it wasn't a huge water problem. It was just, it kind of sucked dealing with it, and it really threw off my schedule for a bit and rearranging stuff. So again, I apologize for taking so long on this one. I am hoping to continue with this, get some more painting tutorials out as well. I've got my painting desk set back up and ready to record over there for some miniature painting stuff. I also stream over on Twitch pretty regularly, either miniature painting or sometimes I play games with some of my buddies. So feel free to check us out over there. There should be, it's twitch.tv/Shinigami channel, just same as YouTube here. That is my Twitch ID, so follow us over there if you'd like to watch any of that live. We also have a community Discord with a bunch of other people who watch the channel, enjoy miniature painting, enjoy tabletop games. If you'd like to join that, there's a link down in the description below. Come hang out with us there. You can ask questions in the chat. I'm in there a lot, so I try to answer questions all the time, and I just hang out with my viewers in there, so feel free to join us there as well. If you want to help support the channel, there's a number of ways you can do that. You can join here on YouTube as a member, sponsor the channel. Really helps out quite a bit, helps me get new equipment, stuff like that, helps me improve the quality of the videos that you're watching here. Don't feel obligated by any means, but I always appreciate any help that is rendered. If you're part of our Discord, we also have a membership in the Discord. If you're interested, it is completely optional. However, we do have additional hangouts with the premium Discord members. It only costs $3 a month if you want to join in there. You get access to some emotes and stuff, and a premium chat where you can hang out with me. And we also are trying to figure out how to do like some watch parties and stuff in there and just kind of hang out with the community. And last but not least, I have a Patreon where you can join for some extra behind the scenes footage. I'm still kind of building that and growing it at the moment, but I'm trying to give people as many options as possible if they want to help support the channel. Again, completely optional. However, I greatly appreciate any help that you're able to give. It really means a ton. It helps me buy new equipment, like cameras, lights as I have over here shining on my face from both directions. Things like that helps me improve the quality of the videos. So again, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.